Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today. We're going to be taking a look at the Heaven's Ward Dungeon, Saint Mocianne's Arboretum. For the trash pulls in here, there will be a couple cone AoEs that you'll want to watch out for. The main one being the Bad Breath ability from the Marlboro unit, the large plant unit, so make sure that you're dodging that one specifically. There will also be several groups of units that pop out instead of already being on the road that you're traveling along, so be wary of those as you're moving along. For the first boss, he does have a tank buster ability called Vine Probe. It is untelevised and will just do a large percentage of damage to the tank. So occasionally popping your tank cooldowns to minimize this damage will help. When he runs to the center of the room and starts casting extremely bad breath, he will summon additional adds that will do the exact same. The adds do not move or rotate, but the boss will slowly rotate in the center of the platform, so you'll want to rotate with the boss while dodging the breath from the adds also. That way that you can avoid being hit with any of the debuffs from the bad breath. Anytime rose hip adds are spawned into the fight, you'll want to target them down as fast as possible. If they stay up for too long, then they explode, dealing party-wide damage. The boss does have a AoE called Burr Fester that is unavoidable and will just need to be healed through. When he runs to the middle of the room the second time, if he is not dead yet, then when he summons the adds and does the bad breath, then he will also summon rose hips that need to be destroyed during that time. For the adds in the second area, the large tortoises have a large circle AoE that you'll want to just move out of. Then you will proceed on to our favorite hornet type enemies that some do have the final sting ability. So you'll want to make sure that you're watching the left side of your screen where the enemy bars are. And if you see anyone casting Final Sting, you'll want to burn a tank cooldown to make sure that you stay alive. It may be wise to actually burn 2, as Final Sting can do a large amount of damage. The Hornets are the ones you'll mainly want to prioritize for this ability. The Worker Hawks do have a short line AoE that you'll need to sidestep. The second boss does have an untelevised frontal cone ability, so you'll want to make sure that you're facing her away from the rest of your party. She will summon additional adds throughout the fight that will randomly target party members with line abilities, so just make sure that you're not lined up with anyone else to avoid getting hit by multiple of these. When she goes to the center of the room and casts a veil, then the Nighthawks will move in and you'll need to destroy them, as the boss is in the center of the room casting an AoE. This AoE increases in damage as the more time passes, so you'll want to kill these ads as soon as possible. When the boss casts Ally, then the ads around the outside of the room will form into larger columns and then cast their AoEs across the platform, so just want to see where they are and try to move into an open space. For the next area, the Boloko will have a few AoEs that you'll need to avoid. After defeating the first two groups, then the passageway will open up. The Grizzly Host unit, along with the Royal Oak and Withered Melia, all have cone AoEs, with the Oak and Melia also having circular AoEs if they're able to get them off before they die. The last boss does have a tank buster ability, but its damage is not that much to worry about. When she starts casting Atropine Spore, everyone will need to move in to avoid this ability. Shortly after this, she'll cast Soul Vacuum. This is a party-wide damaging ability that just needs to be healed through. Afterwards, she will summon additional ads into the arena that are untargetable. You just need to move away from these as they eventually end up putting a circle around them that will damage anyone around them. When she casts Frond Fatale, then you'll need to look away from the boss. Otherwise, you will be charmed, which forces you to walk into the AoE by the additional units. This AoE does cause a stacking magic vulnerability debuff, so getting too many stacks of this will mean instant death from her AoEs. After the Fatale, then she will mark 2 units with a red AoE. These units just need to spread out to avoid stacking this damage on anyone. After the next Soul Vacuum, then the ads will disappear and a new set will spawn into the fight with even more ads. But this should be it for St. Mocianne's Arboretum. I hope this helped everyone out. If it did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.